Good morning, people. It's Saturday, May 7th, and we're going to do a garden tour. So we'll start off in the garden. Things are starting to grow fast now that it's getting warm. We got lots of lettuce. This one's bolting. You can tell by the tall tower. I got a lot of my tomatoes in the ground. They're still looking a little sad, but they'll bounce back. We got flowers. Got Swiss chard bolting, sorrel, peas. There's actually some little baby peas growing. It's exciting. Some leeks along the front, a random brassica, more peas. Got the herb bed is looking fantastic. Look at this oregano. I can't even get it all in the shot. My oregano is insane. My little baby sage hanging in over here. There's some dill, cilantro, and this is lavender. We got chamomile, some thyme, more dill, and a flat leaf parsley. Back over here, next to the random brassica, is rosemary, catnip. Got leeks along the edges of this with some flowers planted in the back and lots of radishes. And that huge heap of mess is just catnip gone wild. Can't contain it. Tried, failed. We got more parsley. We got a couple kales that have bolted and are going to flower. Save some seeds off them. Radishes. Another brassica that I don't know. And then sometimes I just squeeze in, there's a lettuce leaf basil, and I think those are either onions or garlic. This bed is mostly onions. A few radishes sown behind. In a few more weeks, this will be planted out with peppers. Just waiting for it to get a little bit warmer. And we got my massive artichoke bed here, and we're starting to get little baby artichokes. It's really exciting. Look at this guy. We got more onions that are bolting. This bed's gonna get planted out with melons and stuff too soon. This giant fuzzy mess is asparagus. So they start out looking like a little asparagus stalk, and then if you let them go, they turn into this massive ferny beast. These are fava beans or broad beans. Got 4 of them. They have a lot of flowers on them, but I haven't seen any beans yet. So fingers crossed. I've never grown these before. Another little tomato I threw in. Got a couple garlics and who's that? Who's that? Hey, little guy. We got a beneficial insects. We got little ladybugs crawling around. I released a bunch about a week ago to tackle my aphid problem. Alright, back over here behind the massive asparagus, we got Egyptian walking onions all down this fence. And another little tomato. Cilantro that's thinking about bolting. Some random berry bush. Another tomato. These are calendulas. There's onions down the middle row of this bed. Oops, sorry, my shadow is kind of in it here. So we got onions down the middle. There's a random kale right there in the middle of it too. And then I got tomatoes planted all along the sides. So that's it for this part of the garden. We will run over here real quick. We got a peekaboo. That's a rhubarb. My pretty rose bush, doing good. Lots of little strawberry plants. Some of them are starting to set. A lot of flowers. Thinking about setting some fruit. They're doing good. My little wheelbarrow full of strawberries. This guy's just covered, and we got little baby berries coming in. And oh, this morning I came out. It's been almost 2 weeks, and I was wondering if they were going to pop up, but we have tons of green beans popping up now. They all look fantastic. I think only 2 didn't germinate. They look wonderful. This bed's got a few onions and a little zinnia, and it's going to eventually be planted out with squash. Same with this bed. I currently have them covered to keep the cats out since they think it's a giant litter box for them. We got another little pea with beautiful little pea blossoms. They're so gorgeous. All right, and then backtrack, pretty rose. We got some hollyhocks caged up, keep the critters out of them. I'm going to be doing okra in most of these pots. Right now there's kale, a little tiny lettuce, and a zinnia with an onion. Yeah, just random things in pots. And then my newest bed I made a few weeks back, it is this walkway bed, and it's going to be all for my pollinators. It's got zinnias, it's got sunflowers, it's got hollyhocks, and borage. It's supposed to be really good. Lots and lots of irises. And, oh, back here in the corner, take a peek. These are my blackberry bushes. I took cuttings from a wild blackberry patch near me, but they're doing pretty good right now. All right, back to the last part of our tour. Sorry this is taking so long. My garden's big. Over here we have just a few random things. I never got my bok choy planted, and now they've bolted and made little tiny flowers and no bok choy. Chamomile. Got basil, onions, pink dandelion. The greenhouse is really looking awesome. It made such a difference in starting seeds this year. So these are hollyhocks. We got another tomato, some strawberries hiding out behind here, and a random green bean right there in the middle that I planted earlier and it never sprouted, and then just randomly, like months later, decided to pop up. We got a radish that bolted and a few other little baby radishes in there. My lettuce tower, it's doing okay. Got lots of salad coming in on it. Another little chamomile. Elderberry cuttings that I took off of an elderberry bush that's right there. That's my elderberry bush, and there's more along the back side of the property. But I took cuttings and rooted them and got them in pots, and then this guy's even trying to set some flowers. Hi, chickens. Hi, rooster. Here we have 2 little beds of more strawberries. I'm trying to do a lot of strawberries this year. This little pot and trellis has peas going along the back side and a tomato in the front. Another tomato. Another tomato. My lovely little Honeycrisp apple tree here is doing really well. I bought it as a bare root stock, and it's grown all these leaves and just doing fantastic. We got another itty bitty tomato and some more hollyhocks. That's it for the outside part. Inside, we have, these are peanuts. We got peppers, more peppers, and then tomatoes. Tomatoes, all along the back. And today I'm going to be planting out this tray of okra and cucumbers, and probably this tray with a lot of my melons and squash in it. And more melons and squash. Underneath we got valerian. Beautiful valerian plant. These are dahlias. Both of these came bare root from Walmart, and they're gonna look like that. Gorgeous. We got little baby cucamelon and more hollyhocks. Some more dahlias, purple basil, zinnias, and all these are lettuce leaf basils. So it's like a regular basil, but they make massive, massive leaves that are good for cooking and using for wraps. Got cilantro, a couple more tomatoes. They're trying to flower and they're getting huge and they need to go in the ground. I'm running out of space. And then we got a little greenhouse cucumber, another tomato, and my basil tower. We got regular sweet basil, lettuce leaf basil, purple basil, random onion. And that concludes our garden tour of the day. Thank you for staying with me through this really long video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll post more soon. Thanks.